Hello students, today let us continue the previous class. In the previous class we learnt the definition of infinite series and also how to find the nature of an infinite series, that is whether it is convergent, divergent or oscillatory. How to find convergent, divergent and oscillatory? Find Sn. Find Sn. What is Sn? Sn is nothing but finding the limit as n is tending to that is first n terms. Apply limit as n is tending to infinity. Suppose if your answer is a finite quantity, where L is a finite quantity, then such type of series we call it as convergent series. Now, suppose after finding first n terms, when you apply limit as n is tending to infinity, in case if your answer is plus or minus infinity, then such type of series we call it as divergent series. And whenever you apply limit as n is tending to infinity, if for Sn, in case if your answer is more than 1, as we learnt in the previous class, more than 1 result, if you get such type of series, we call it as oscillatory. Now let us learn these things, how to calculate mathematically, how to find the nature of an infinite series mathematically, that is by using the definitions of convergent, divergent, convergent and divergent. Yes, now let us take one example. 1 divided by, if you have a infinite series of the form 1 divided by 1 into 2 plus 1 divided by 2 into 3 plus 1 divided by 3 into 4 and so on. First we need to find the nth term of this given series. The nth term is very easy for the given series. You can just observe the first values in the denominator are 1. The first value in the denominator is 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The nth term of the sequence 1, 2, 3 and so on. This is nothing but an arithmetic series. The formula to find an arithmetic series is a plus n minus 1 into d, which already I have learned. In this series, a is 1, that is the first term. Common difference is 1. The difference between these two is 1. Therefore, d is 1. A plus n minus 1 into d, which is nothing but simplify this result, we get n. And the sequence, the second sequence you can observe 2, 3, 4. Again, we got a sequence 2, 3, 4 and so on. This is also a arithmetic series. The first term is 2 here. The common difference is 1 again. Therefore, substitute in the formula a plus n minus 1 into d, which is nothing but simplification. Simplify this, we get n plus 1. Yes. Now, simplify this term, we got n plus 1. Therefore, by observing these two, by calculating these two nth terms, we can easily find un, that is nth term, or you can call it as general term of this given series. 1 divided by, for this 1, 2, 3 and so on sequence, the nth term is n, 2, 3, 4 and so on, the nth term is n plus 1 as we calculated earlier. Yes, now by using partial fraction, if I have the un in this form, it is very complicated to find the value of Sn. Therefore, expand the function by using partial fraction. You know how to apply partial fraction. If you want to apply partial fraction, suppose if you have a function like this, 1 divided by n plus n into n plus 1, this can be written as a divided by n plus b divided by n plus 1. Find the value of a, find the value of b. You know the procedure, how to find it. Whenever we find, we got the value of a as 1 and the value of b, we got it as minus 1. That is what I have just written here directly. That is 1 divided by 1 by n minus 1 by n plus 1. This expansion we have to do by the known method called partial fraction method. Yes, after applying partial fraction, now let us find the sum of first n terms. First n terms, that is u1 plus u2 plus u3 and so on up to un. u1, what is u1? In this un, put n is equal to 1. So 1 by 1 minus 1 by 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 minus 1 by 2. Find u2. How to find u2? Put u2. n is equal to 2. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus 1. That is 3. Similarly, u3, u4 and so on up to un. Now observe the terms what we got. Minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 cancels. We get minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 cancels. Minus 1 by n plus 1 by n cancels. First and last term is left over. So after simplifying this Sn, we got 1 minus 1 by n plus 1. And now let us apply according to the definition. We need to apply, after finding Sn, we need to apply n tending to infinity. That is, for your Sn, apply n is tending to infinity. Whenever you put n is infinity, 1 divided by infinity is 0. So leftover value is 1. 1 is nothing but a finite, that is a definite result. Therefore, the series we call it as convergent series. Similarly, let us move with another example. The series, if it is of the form 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube and so on. This is a geometric series. You are familiar already with this type of series. This is a geometric series of the form a plus ar square and so on, whose sum up to n terms is given by the formula Sn equal to a into 1 minus r power n divided by 1 minus r, where in this series a is 1 and the common ratio, to find the common ratio, the next value divided by the previous one, next value divided by previous, that is common ratio 1 by 3, a is 1, substitute these values in Sn, simplify, we got a simplest result in this form. 1 minus 1 by 3 is nothing but 2 by 3. 2 by 3 can be written as 3 by 2 whenever you take it to the numerator. Denominator value, if I take it to the numerator, 3 by 2 into 1 minus 1 by 3 power n. Yes, now after finding Sn, what we did earlier, same thing. After finding Sn, you need to apply n is tending to infinity. After applying n tends to infinity, the value of this, any number to the power n is infinity. Therefore, 1 by infinity is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 into 3 by 2, we got 3 by 2, a finite quantity. Therefore, the series, since we got a finite result, okay, therefore the series we call it as convergent. Next, we have the another example, 1 plus 2 cube and so on. This is again a geometric series whose sum up to n terms is known to you. The formula in this a is 1, the common ratio is 2, substitute, simplify, we get the result 2 power n minus 1. After finding Sn, apply limit as n is tending to infinity. So Sn, whenever you apply limit as n tends to infinity, 2 power n minus 1. So 2 power n, whenever you apply n as infinity, whenever you substitute n as infinity, this value leads to or tends to infinity. Therefore, you get the final result as infinity. Since we are getting infinity, therefore the series we call it as divergent. Yes. Now we have a remark. It will not be possible to find the nature of an infinite series as we illustrated above in practical problems. Suppose you have some series and the remark says, suppose if you have some infinite series, it is not easy to find the way to find whether the nature as we did earlier in the previous problems. It may be a graphical method or by using the definition. Therefore, we have to employ some tests which are established from the basic definitions of convergent, divergent of an infinite series. So the test we have, according to your syllabus, you have two tests. One is Cauchy's root test, the another one is D'Alembert's test. So in the next class, let us learn how to find the divergent, convergent and oscillatory, convergent and divergent by using the Cauchy's root test and D'Alembert's test. Thank you, students.